we should have the basic setup, like what are the things you see, the location code, AR business unit, and GL business unit. So actually we are creating business unit for billing. Then what is the need of creating AR for AR and GL business unit? So at the end of the day, whatever transaction you are doing, that will be entered into the GL. So that's the purpose for GL. But why it is AR? See, in the billing, what you are doing just you are creating invoice to the customer, not nothing, and now the things are doing. But the invoice will be, the payment for that invoice will be handled in account receivables. So we should have one copy of invoice in the receivables. So in the receivables, for which business unit our bill is going to link, that should mention it. And the currency, like it's nothing. The template means when you are generating the accounting numbers, those template will be created for this billing. These are the defaults. There are five levels of defaults in the system. I will tell you once we discuss about these options and the Excel levels. See, we are seeing business unit level defaults. Okay, all these will be the default values. If you want, you can mention like how we can have a requirement. You have one business unit for one location, that is whatever is in California. So where for all the customers in California, we have some default values that should be set up here, like payment terms. For all the California customers, we are giving net 30 as a payment terms. What is payment terms in the sense? When you are giving net 30, net is a payment terms, then you are allowing the customer that you are giving you may due date within 30 days. Like today you generate the invoice, so you have a chance to pay it within 30 days. That's the net 30 days. And sometimes you may give 2% discount if you pay 10 days, if you pay the amount within 10 days. Like there you may have some specific locations, like for this location, if the customer pay within 10 days, I will provide 2% for all this location, for all the customers in this location. Those location-wise defaults will be set up in the business unit options level. That my bank account site level, like how the bill is being generated, whether it is daily or weekly or monthly, that should be specified. And you see the bill by ID and bill by ID bill by ID is the main thing. How the invoice will be created. This bill by ID will be useful when you are getting invoices from the external system, that is from the files. In the bill type, here there is no bill type. Bill type, what type of bill you are creating, whether it is a manufacturing bill, is a wholesale bill, is a retail bill, that should be specified when you are creating the bill. At the bill type level also you will see all the options, whatever is in this business unit. A cycle ID, generic business is a bank account, payment terms, all this. Like how it is useful for all the sales bills, you are giving this much of terms. Here, like these are the payment terms and these are the plans. Like for all those sales customers will contact with this number. Like bill source, how the bill is coming, whether it is coming from the external source or online or anything, that you should mention. So here also bill source level defaults will be there. All the defaults what you are seeing in previous levels we'll see here. Billing cycle, how you are running your bill, how you are generating the invoice to the customer, whether it is weekly you are generating or whether it is monthly, that should be set up in this navigation. This is important. You are seeing the default set business unit level you see, bill type level you see, and bill source you have seen, and customer levels we have seen. I will tell you the customer setup now. If the basic setup is over, we will move to the customer. And bill entry is online entry. For example, in the business unit level, the payment terms for that location is net 30. At bill type level, it is net 30. At bill source level, it has net 20. In customer level, it's net 10 days. And bill entry level, that is online entry. So you, for one bill, you are getting multiple values. So which one should be the high priority? So that you get my point? Shiraz?
I can hear you.
Shiraz, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Yeah, did you get my point? Like how the bill defaults will be overridden on the invoice page?
Yes.
Because when you started creating the bill, the first step is you enter the business unit. That time what happens, all the defaults at business unit level will be populated on the bill page. Okay? At the same time, the next is bill type field will be there. When you select the type of the bill, automatically bill type things, defaults will be overrides the business unit level. Like same as bill source level overrides the bill type. And finally, the customer overrides all the defaults. I will show you how the customer overrides, what are the customer defaults, where you can set up and everything I will show you when we discuss about the customer. And bill entry in the sense, like all you are entered, up to customer also you select on the billing page. Then you are, if you want to edit any value, you can edit by, that is nothing but bill entry, online entry. And invoice layout, how your invoice should be, it's a portrait format or landscape that you should mention. Numbering, this numbering, invoice numbering will be comes into picture. Like when did you see the, let me see. So when you are creating the bill, the first, the bill add page will be there. When you click on add, the invoice ID will be coming as next. Okay? So after that you enter all the details for the bill. When you click on that save button, automatically bill ID will be generated. That bill ID, how it is generated means based on the setup. For example, you are creating order management bills. So all the order management bills will be started with OM. And auto sequence in the sense OM icon 1 lakh. So for the next bill, OM icon 1 lakh 1. For the next item, OM icon 1 lakh 3. Like this, it will be sequenced. Payment terms, I don't know, like about how many days we are going to do it for the customer. Is the, for example, we have 21, like 2, 10, 30. That means actually customer has been given you 30 days of period of time to pay the money. In case if he pays 10 within 10 days, you will get 2% discount on his invoice. But all those things should be mentioned in the payment terms and conditions. And distribution code in the sense like as I said, your bill entry will be going to the general ledger at the, like in certain time. That time, how the bill is going to attach in that sheet, how we can identify this is the bill here, this is the billing, and this is nothing but revenue bills and all those things. We can see by using this account, by using distribution. Every bill will be attached to an account values. That is nothing but distribution. Shiraz, if you have any questions, you can ask me.
No, it's pretty simple. I mean, it's for billing, these all things has to be set up.
Yeah, set up, yeah, because all those information will be given by your client. Okay, because when you ask the payment terms, like for example, if you consider the US billing, like for example, one location, whatever location, Seattle. So how your annual Seattle is? If you ask them, they will give you the details. So you can set up in your system. Shiraz, give me 1 minute. Yeah. Shiraz, can you hear me now?
Yeah. No, that's much better. Before that, there was some sound from the people. I guess people were talking on behind you.
Yes, yeah. Okay, next charge code. Like charge codes in the sense like in case if the customer pays the amount late within after the payment due date is over. So how we can charge that customer? That should be in this charge code setup. And discounts, like if you want to give the discount to the customer, then how much percentage you are going to give that discount. And surcharge. What is surcharge? Surcharge in the sense extra charges to the customer. What might be the extra charges? Those might be the shipping charges. For example, when you order the goods, they will send the goods and they will add the shipping charges as well. So your bill, it's not mandatory that having discounts. Like some locations it's some customers will be given as a discount, but some customers will not give any discount.
But Kumar, if we go back to the last slide, if we wanted to give a customer, I mean, for example, if he pays on time, we give him discount, right? But if he pays late, we're gonna provide surcharge too, right? So, but there is no option of selecting both of them, or it's only you can select only discount or surcharge.
No, this is for discount code. If you want to surcharge, then you can create one more code, okay, one more identifier for surcharge.
Oh, okay.
So on the billing page, you can have surcharge and discount for 2 pages. Then you can add that.
Okay.
And bill inquiry phone number means, for example, like if you have any queries, you can call that number, whatever it mentioned. That should be coming printed on the invoice. Collector. Collector is responsible for collection department, payment information. He will be useful in mostly in here. Create and list also we're using here. Billing specialist, like who creates the bill and who approves the bill, is an illustrated billing specialist. You can set up in the system the following animation. Bill by identifier. The bill by identifier means, like for example, you are getting, this is mainly used, the purpose of this bill by identifier is how the bills, the invoice IDs are created. For example, consider in the file you are getting 20 invoices for 2 customers, 10 for 2, 10 invoices for other 2 customers. Okay, then what happens, the transactions, how the transactions are going on. For example, the customer in the morning he purchased some goods, so there's a one invoice that should be generated to the customer. And afternoon he ordered some goods, and evening he ordered some goods. So he ordered in a single day 3 types of goods. So instead of sending 3 invoices, you should create in Peoplesoft in one invoice. That means when you are getting the file, you will see the 3 invoices in the file, but you should load them in the system, the Peoplesoft system, by using as a single invoice. How we can create? By using this bill by file. Basically, like consolidating based upon the fields. The fields that data may be the customer and the payment terms. Based upon payment terms, you can create the invoices like this. Okay. Installment billing. What is installment billing? Like for some customers, we offer that you will pay the amount in an installment basis. Like $1,000 is there, then you will equal installments, or 3 installments, 2 installments, or percentage basis. Like first installment will be 20, after the 30, and after third installment will be 50%. Like you should mention. Actually, this is a standard bill page. The main bill page is this one. So the first the field is in business unit is 001. When you select business unit 001, whatever the defaults that you have set up at 001 will be populated. What are the defaults here? Invoice form is the default, and cycle ID is the default, terms is the default, and bill inquiry is the default. All those will be populated automatically. After that, when you select the bill type, it is related to order management. Like in the particular US001 location, you have several types of bills: order management bills and sales bills, manufacturing bills, like this. But for order management, you may have some specific conditions or specific rules or specific defaults. Those will be populated when you select bill type here. After that, bill source. If you are getting the bills from online, then you may have some setups in the system, or else external, or from billing, or from other modules, order management, like all the defaults. You are seeing below details. All these will be populated automatically. You need not enter anything here. Okay? But where the things comes here is the next is customer. Yeah, here the customer. This is the final one, but not one. When you select customer, all the things, whatever setup in your customer level, will be populated here and override all the things. Here the doubt. At a source level, okay, when you select the source as OM, the cycle ID will be the, like when you select US001, the cycle ID will be the blank. And at the same time, when you select bill type, this is also blank. Source, the cycle ID will be blank. When you select the customer, at the customer level, like not customer level, when the source level, the cycle ID has some value. It's a monthly or daily. Okay, and after that you select the customer. When you enter customer here, the customer defaults will override all the defaults. Like all the defaults means source level defaults, type level defaults, header, business unit level defaults. But the customer level, the bill cycle ID is blank. Then what happens? Siraj, did you get my point? What I'm saying now?
No. I mean, I understand that once we enter the customer code, every default is being, override by the customer's defaults. But the next point you said?
If the customer level, the cycle ID is blank, okay?
Okay.
But at the source level, the customer has some value, that is a daily, you think as a daily. So when you select source, the cycle ID is daily, but customer level, it has a blank value. Customer level, I'm saying, not here. So then what happens? You select customer number here, 1000. Then the customer default should override all the defaults. Okay? Whatever payment terms earlier, it should be override with the customer things. And invoice form override with the customer thing. Then what about the cycle ID then? Because cycle ID is daily here, but customer level is a blank. So blank cannot override the value.
Okay.
That means customer level cycle ID is a blank. That means when you select the customer, blank will not be shown here. The previous value, previous level default value will be shown, like source level value.
So daily would remain, right?
Yeah, daily would remain. And billing line info. Line info means what are the details you create, what are the item details. Like you ordered 10 chairs, 10 tables, and 10 monitors. So individually you can see the lines. Quantity 10 tables, each one 25, like this. Okay. This is just I'm showing the slides. When I completing the customer setup, then again we'll back to the billing page and they will clearly explain the things. Okay. Just this is showing just I told you now different level of defaults will be there. That's why I'm showing all those things here.
Sure.
And the next is Before going to the billing transactions, the next we are going to discuss about the customer. How we are going to set up, what are the required fields for setting up customer, because every page will have a lot of fields, okay, but we don't require to enter all those fields. It doesn't mean that if we enter all the fields then only the bill will be saved. No, but the main required things for bill is the amounts and the distribution codes, like how it is going to the GL. That's it. Remaining things are not mandatory. Based on your company requirement, your client, based on your client requirement, you can apply this. We are going to the customer. 1 second, let me open the customer. I will show you, and if you install Peoplesoft, okay, I will show you the it is minimizing for me. Yeah, Shiraz, can you see? 1 second. Okay. Can you see the screen now? Shiraz?
Yes, I can see now. Yes, I can see.
So before we are creating the bill, we must have a setup in our system, customer setup, because the bills are created for the customer only, so that we need to have the customer setup. So when you are setting up the customer, we should have like before explain the customer, just general thinking about the customer is like some customer like you are the company, okay, like we are the company. We required some laptop and furnitures. You are the software company, so we require some laptops for our employees. So what we will do, we will go for example, we go for Dell and order some laptops. But our company is at location 1. Just I'm saying location 1, okay? But the headquarter is at location 5. Okay, all the discussions are happening with location 5 people, not location 1. Just we are talking with the location 1, location 5 people, and we are sending goods to the location 1. So here, wherever all the discussions are going, those customers are called bill to customers. Okay, the same in sold to customer, whom you are sending, the main headquarters, but where the goods are going to the location 1. For example, see, like you can say one famous company, Oracle. It has headquarters in Florida, for example, but it has also branches in Seattle and San Jose. Then from the headquarters, the Dell will get a request that they require laptops at its branch at Seattle. Then the Dell sent all the laptops to the Seattle and sent the invoice to the headquarters Florida. Here Florida is called bill to customer and the Seattle is called ship to customer, where the goods are being shipped. Sold to is nothing but where the discussions are going on. It is obviously same as the bill to customer. Sometimes the discussion will be done with one person and the payment will be done by one, and other goods will be shipped to the some other. And some other cases, all these customers will be the same one. Florida requires the laptop, then from there also you can get a request from there. All the discussion will be going on from Florida only. The correspondent customer. What is correspondence customer? It will be mainly used in ER. In ER, we will send dunning letters, statement letters to the customer. What is the use of dunning letters? I will show you once we enter into ER. but those dunning letters won't send directly to the customer. Each customer will have some corresponding customer whose responsibility is who just for receiving those dunning letters and just follow up in purpose. We basically follow up customer. Okay. Sometimes the corresponding customer is bill to customer. The bill to customer report has the same role of the corresponding customer. Next is indirect customer. What is indirect customer? For example, you are sending the goods to one warehouse. That's your customer. Warehouse 1. Then warehouse will send the goods to some other customer. That customer is called indirect customer. You send the goods to the company A, for example, the company. Then what happens is the company again sends those goods to some other person. That is the B. So here B is called indirect customer. Okay. So as you got a point of customer roles.
Yes, I got it.
This is the customer page. Okay. In the path, if you come to path, you can see. Like you have multiple lot of options here, lot of tabs. Right. You are not aware of the Peoplesoft page, right?
Sort of yes, sort of no.
Sorry?
I'm saying I have seen it before, but not the whole way. I mean, my university has the same. Used to use the Peoplesoft, so I know how it does it look like.
Okay, yeah. This actually is a Peoplesoft page. This is also called PIA. Okay, or portal and Peoplesoft online page. Different names you can call. So here, this is a navigation like main menu, customer information, and general information. This is where you can clear the customer. The customers will be created as a global level that is used for that is created by using the set a shape, or you can set up whatever you see in your company. Here see the customer ID. It is next. That means when you click on save button, automatically the customer ID will be generated. And the next thing is customer status, whether the customer is active or inactive. Just to see overall general info for the basic things about the customer. Where the customer base is coming, like where is location, where is his bill to location, and all those things you should mention the general info. Coming to bill to options, it contains the bill to option detail. That means when I was explaining about levels, default levels, you see bill type, bill source, and payment terms. All those will be mentioned. All those will be set up at bill type, bill to options, and ship to options, like where we need to ship to, and all those things we ship to. And there is some more thing that is a tax exempt. For example, whatever you create the customer is a tax exempt customer. You won't be create a tax. In those cases, you will assign some certificate to this customer. That should be done in such a tax certificate tag will be there. Now come to detail part. Level, like what is the level of the customer, whether he is a temporary level or permanent or regular. So you can select the level of the customer, and type, whether he belongs to the manufacturing customer or sales customer or retail customer or something like that. You should mention the type of the customer. And when the dates are common, like when the date is added, and since when is he active, name and customer name, currency it's like, and financial transactions for reason code, some reason code. When you're creating the bill, the customer will have some reasons for not paying the money within the times, that you should mention the reasons. If you see roles, bill to customer, ship to customer, sold to customer. For every customer, the bill to and ship to will be the, like every customer will have obviously these two things. Bill to will be there, ship to will be there, and the corresponds automatically selected when you select the bill to customer. When you select bill to customer, here it will be asking. Yes. Here things you, some things you need to think about this. For example, today, yesterday you remember some concept we discussed about effective date, where we discussed about a customer address only. Here also, for example, customer will have one primary address, multiple secondary address. Like primary will be the one bill to, one ship to, one sold to. So here, primary in the sense, wherever the bill will be generated and the invoice will be going to the customer to the primary bill to address. Yeah, that means the customer will have multiple addresses. We may have different locations, location to location. That location will be the primary. That you should mention. Every customer will have one primary. It is a mandatory thing. So, for example, there is a location 1, and at the location 1, he has 2 branches. The address is changed 2 times. That you should enter here. With the effective date concept is here. Like, for example, here the Atlanta city at what time? 2012 to 2007 is at Atlanta. This is a primary location, and he has one more primary location, that is at some other Atlanta 2 on the date of 2008. Then what happens? You can add one more row here, clicking on plus symbol, and add new row. Automatically the effective date will be the current one whenever you create. So if the customer is any alternative names, you should mention here, and the phone details you should enter if you want. The things are not mandatory. The mandatory things here is address 1 is the mandatory one, address 2 is not required, city is not required, and the country and state will be the required things. Postal and bill to options. I told like credit analyst, collector, area specialist, billing query form. All these are defaults. You see in the business unit level I showed you, and bill source level you see, and bill type level you see. All those options are seen. So I told you when you selected the customer, automatically whatever values you mentioned here automatically populated to there. Okay. And where you can mention whether the customer is correspondent customer. Remit from customer means from which customer we are getting the payment. That should be mentioned. So obviously the bill to customer is from the bill to customer only we are going to get the payment. Can you see some support team here? Yeah. Okay, did you see the support team code? Siraj?
Hello? What did you ask?
Support team. I'm pointing the mouse.
Yes, I see that.
Yeah, support team means it's like a salesperson.
Okay.
Salesperson means, for example, the customer purchases some goods, then that sale will be done through some salespersons. Those salesperson information should be maintained.
Sure.
And the things, yeah, only one location to. Yes, this is the main things for creating the customer. One address should be, one primary should be the mandatory. Okay, if you are creating customer, one primary and one primary bill to and one primary ship to will be the mandatory things for the customer. Okay, you have this Peoplesoft installation in your system. Siraj?
We'll do it tonight. Yeah, we'll do it tonight, me and Srini.
Oh,
We tried before, but it didn't work out, so he sent me another link. Most
okay.
probably tonight, your morning will do that.
Okay, okay. This is just the basic setups in billing and the customer setup.
Okay.
Then once your installation is done, we can create some sample customer. Okay.
Okay.
And as well as for the sample customer, we will create one bill, and that bill will be going to the different stages like finalization, printing, extraction, and same thing will be loaded into AR, and same thing will be loaded into
But Kumar, for that we need to set up. I mean, what I understand from SAP or from business point of view, that you need to have a company,
Yes.
right? And then you have to have some sort of inventory, and then you have to have some sort of chart of accounts for that, right?
Yes.
You can't just jump onto creating a customer without having all those things, right?
No, for the customer level it's okay, because at the customer level we need not have any chart of this like this. The main things that we have is some in the screen I told you, right? One second, let me show you. Here you are entering credit list, means that credit list should be set up. Okay. Collector should be set up, because you are entering means all those things. But in our examples, we are using the existing things and creating new transactions, because existing setup means it will take a lot of time for us. Like from scratch to doing all the setup is not easy to doing within our sessions. That's what we will do. We will do the basic like using basic setups, and based on the setup we will create our bills, our own bill, and passing the bill to the starting to the ending. That is up to end where it is going. I will show you. Because the bill will be having different stages. Okay, initially it will be in the new status, then how we will make it to the ready, and after that we can finalize that one, we will validate that one, and again load it as a accounts receivable module, how it is going. In case that particular bill is having consolidation, all those things will be done in further bill.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. You not worry about the transactions, how they are going. I will show you clearly how it is going. And because when I am showing you the navigations, that's actually good one for you to remember all those navigations. Because when you're going, when someone asks you someone set up the bill type, then you should have some navigation. So whenever after that you went to the navigation only, you can ask the questions for them, like what is this value, how we can set up without this, like this you should ask them.
Okay.
Right?
Sure.
Yeah. So no problem. You can have I will show you the setup things like in the navigations I can give you. But from the scratch setup is not easy, Shiraz. I think you might have aware of in your SAP also.
Yeah.
It will take lot of time. But within our training sessions, we need to do setup is not possible thing. But I will tell you the things how we can set up and where the things will be set up. Someone asks you to set up business unit, billing business unit. It doesn't mean that you don't want to show any white pages to them. You can directly prompt to the page. How can you go to the page? I will show the page, and I will give you the link for this. Okay, because you see my document where I can mention the navigation path for every setup. Once you enter into the setup, you should ask the required things for your user. Okay.
Okay.
Yes. Sure, that's it for today. Okay. Tomorrow we'll start actually the billing process, because in the billing there are several types of billing. As I said, installment billing will be there, recurrence billing will be there, consolidation billing, how we can do the consolidation billing, and how we can load those things will be discussed. Okay. Once all the topics will be once all the topics is over, then we can start build transactions. In this meanwhile, you can get the installation as well. Okay.
Okay. Perfect.
Yeah. Okay, Shiraz then.
Okay. Thank you, Kumar.
Thank you.